Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is Friday, August 8th, 2025. Today I'm at Maple Hills Cemetery in Huntsville, Alabama. Just here to explore this historic cemetery. It says it was founded around 1818 or 1820. I don't know if they know for sure, but it's old. Definitely one of the oldest cemeteries I've been in. So we're going to walk around, take a look at it, and see what kind of interesting things we can see. I'm going to look at this magnolia tree over here. These roots are huge, and this is a really big magnolia tree that you can tell is very old. It's actually started taking over part of this plot. This is a beautiful old cemetery. I think it says it was established around 1818. So this is definitely one of the older cemeteries that I've been in. Just kind of randomly walking through, showing y'all some of the graves here. Not really focusing on anything in particular. I do notice this has fallen off. It almost seems like there had to have been a tree. See, there's another one. I wonder if it was this tree over there, which we'll take a look at in a second. It's carved up into a design. So it looks like maybe the tree fell, knocked some of these over. Because there's one right there. It's damaged. Part of it's on the ground right there. All right, let's take a look at this tree. I think this is a pretty cool idea instead of just completely cutting it down. You've carved a design into it. That's a cool idea. And these over here look pretty old. I don't think there's very many mausoleums here, maybe just a couple. Try to walk around and get a look at those too while we're here. I see one right here. Looks like it says 1824. So that's definitely one of the older graves, if not the oldest grave I've seen. There's a 1845, 1844. So this seems to be very well cared for. Kind of curious about this one over here in the corner all by itself. Can't really read it. I see it looks like an 1828 maybe. And we've got a little friend there, one of our noisy little friends in the shell. Still feel kind of funny walking through cemeteries with a camera, because I know people must wonder what in the world I'm doing. Well, I mean, obviously I'm recording, but why am I recording a cemetery? Here's one that was born 1819, but the death date is below the ground level. Looks like up ahead is military burials. That's what it looks like anyway from here. Oh, looks like maybe there's a little mausoleum over here. We'll head over there and check this out, and then I'll walk over to the military burials. Okay, this is just a narrow vault. I don't know if you would consider this a mausoleum or just a vault. See a death date of, looks like 1838 maybe. Mary Bibb and William Bibb. There's definitely a lot more to this cemetery. I'm not going to be covering the entire thing. The video would just be entirely too long. But there's the military section. These all appear to be Confederate soldiers. And they all say unknown soldier. Yeah, that's all I see is unknown soldier, Confederate States of America, CSA. We have this, it says, in memory of the heroes who fell in defense of the principles which gave birth to the Confederate cause, erected by the Daughters of the Confederacy. And this tells about the monument. You can pause and read that if you want to. There's something over that way. Looks like, I don't know if it's a support structure holding something up or if it's some sort of a design, but we're gonna take a walk over there and see what that is. Huh. I'm not sure what that is. Okay, maybe they've used this to set back up one of these. Maybe it fell and they used this to hoist it back up because there's a shackle right there. I don't know, I'm just guessing, but it sounds like as good of an idea as any. I see another tree over here that they've carved instead of cutting it down. Walk over and take a look at this. Huh. Right over there. It's a black one. I can't think of what those are called right now, but it's interesting that it's a black one. Hey, that's definitely a creative way to use the old dead tree. Just carve it. Well, this one's been broken multiple times, it looks like, and they've made this metal brace to support it. But this thing is about 6 feet tall and not very thick, so it's not surprising that it's broken over the years. It says 1859, so it's been here a long time. Okay, I'm gonna make my way over to a couple of the mausoleums and we'll continue the video there. Okay, walking up closer to one of the mausoleums. Looks like they have an active burial right there. So just out of respect, I'm not gonna record any more of that. It looks like the family is either not here yet or has already left. I'm going to try to get close to the mausoleum without getting any more of that in the video. All right, coming up on one of the mausoleums. This looks to be one of the main one. This must have been somebody notable or important in the history of Huntsville, because it's on its own little sort of island in the middle of the road. Hopefully this turns out okay. Wasn't really planning on doing a video, but I'm just using my phone. But just all the flowers and bushes and everything. It's really pretty. It's like the grass needs to be cut right here a little bit, but overall, it's a very nice mausoleum. Of course, it's closed. You can kind of see through there. There's a stained glass window. I can't really get it to focus on there too much, but you get the idea. We'll walk around to the back of it. Let's see if I can get a better view of the stained glass. No, not really. Of course, they have it protected with bars and it looks like plexiglass, because if they don't, I'm sure somebody would come along and unfortunately break it. I think some of them over this way look to be more recent burials. I'm going to walk over to this. So far, it's the last little mausoleum I'm seeing. We'll check that out, and then I'll try to go through and get a few pictures of some interesting gravestones. Okay, this one it looks like ivy and some other stuff growing all over it and around it. And of course it's locked. can't really get it to focus in there, but it looks like it's just two spaces on the bottom, and then it's open with a stained glass window in the back, but there's no light coming through the window, so you can't really see it. Unfortunately, it's just not going to show up on the camera. Yeah, and they said that appears to be more recent burials out that way. I actually see another tent and some cars, so like there's another funeral going on. I don't want to disturb that and be disrespectful. There's a nice cross over there. It's probably bigger than it appears to be on the video. It's from here, like it's about 10 feet tall. But this cemetery, I believe I read that it was about 100 acres, 80,000 or so people buried here. So it's a really, really big cemetery. I'm sure there's bigger cemeteries in other places, but for what I'm used to, this is a very large cemetery. I'm going to get a picture of this, and I'll come back to the video if I find something interesting. Okay, I came up on this. It's kind of looks overgrown, but it's actually, with the flowers, it's kind of pretty. It's kind of nice and peaceful. I don't mind that at all. Yeah, it's a little noisy over this way. We've got a whole crew over here weed eating, but again, it's nice to see that it's being cared for and kept nice. Kind of like those. They're a different shape, unusual shape. Kind of look like mushrooms. This looks like another older section right here. Listen, I'm just going through basically one corner of this this cemetery. It's so big, the video would just be so long if I tried to walk through the entire thing. And I already doubt that many people are going to watch this all the way through. So I'm not going to record too much more. But if you're into historic cemeteries and you like just walking around and checking everything out, this Maple Hills Cemetery in Huntsville is definitely worth checking out. I think while I'm here, I'm gonna see if there's some more cemeteries that are historic. I saw on the way in, I saw a sign for a cemetery that said it was established in 1808. So if there's a headstone there with a date around 1808, that's definitely going to be the oldest one that I've seen. We'll walk over here to this. It looks like the Jewish section. See a Star of David. There is a directory here that kind of tells you the different sections of the cemetery, but this one, see, that's pretty obviously Jewish section. Kind of drawn to this one over here. This one's quite unique, and the ball actually does look like it's separate from the rest of the monument. You can see a crack up in here between the ball and the rest of the stone. Walk over and take a look at this one. Get a couple of pictures in this area, and if there's anything else, I'll come back to the video. Yeah, I'd already put everything up and thought I'd seen all the mausoleums. Then I see one more. Sorry if the video's a little shaky. Before I had my gimbal to keep it kind of smooth and steady, but like I said, I'd already put it up and then just saw this one. I like this one. The door is stone, and I like this handle. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. We'll walk around to the back and see if there's any stained glass. No stained glass on this one, but that's okay. Well, I think that's about it for Maple Hills Cemetery today. I appreciate you all coming along with me on this little adventure. Not much of an adventure, just an explorer, checking out the sites here at the cemetery, seeing some of the interesting stones and monuments. But if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you on the next one.